Welcome to the $3 Podcast. Welcome to episode 6 of the $3 Podcast. Today's guest is the third dollar, the third buck, Jameson Buckley, talking about branding, Outright.ai, and generational messaging. Now welcome, Jameson Buckley. Jameson, who are you and what makes you the cool one in the Buckley family?
Um, I'm definitely not the self-proclaimed cool one, but I think it probably just have to do with kind of, I don't know, who I am, like how I present myself, maybe my fashion to the what I say, and I don't know. That's definitely my dad or my dad talking.
You have this reputation in the house for deep research before you buy anything. Where did that come from?
Really sure where that started, but it definitely is real. Before I buy anything, I'm looking up all different kinds of competitors and the strengths and weaknesses of that one and making sure I'm getting my money's worth.
Okay, then what's the last brand you were obsessed with and why?
That's a funny question or funny answer. It's definitely going to be Leatherman. I'm not sure what got me so hooked onto them, but recently just like I'm always more of a handy guy and uh having to take care of a whole house on your own, you definitely start noticing the little issues and whatnot all over the place. And so I dived into the whole history and whatnot, the car trip that made the guy inspired him to make his first multi-tool and all sorts of unique, weird ones along the way into the newest ones today, like the cool arc with the magnets and stuff.
What's the last brand you immediately rejected?
Immediately rejected. I don't know. I don't usually immediately reject brands. Most brands have something good to say, or something they bring to the table that's unique to as compared to other brands. But um I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really reject brands. I'll always keep them in mind.
Segment 2, buyer behavior is different now. Jameson, what makes you instantly trust or distrust a brand?
That's easy. That's when their marketing is not trying to think of a nice way to word this, but when their marketing is non-conducive to like a nice relationship with the customer. There are some brands I can name that their marketing is just kind of mean, and I don't understand that. Like, I don't know. I don't usually like those ones.
So, reviews then, do you even read reviews anymore? What do you look for instead?
Reviews, I definitely read reviews, but not in the traditional sense. Like if it's on the company's website, it's not even a review. That's just their own marketing. You have to go to other third-party sites, mainly, in my opinion, that's Reddit. You can find all the information on any product you need to know on Reddit, and you can be pretty sure it's like a real person telling you.
Is LeadSpot on Reddit?
We are all over Reddit. LeadSpot has a few subreddits.
If you were buying something important for a company, what would you need to see first and foremost?
If it's important for the company, before anything, you need to see the type of relationship that you can create with the people behind that product. If something goes wrong and you can't get in contact with them for a few days, then you're left with nothing to do, yeah, you need a strong relationship with the person behind the product that you can actually get in and iron out those nitty-gritty details when things do inevitably happen.
So, a lot of companies use case studies or white papers. Do you actually care about those?
Yeah, it depends. Some companies you can tell that there's maybe aren't as genuine or there aren't as many statistics in the case studies, but if it's a real hard-hitting case study full of numbers and other statistics like that, then I think it's really important and really valuable.
The death of the corporate voice. Most B2B websites look like they were written by bots. Do you read any of that stuff at all?
It depends. Some of it definitely is important to read, or at least to make sure they have it, like case studies, like we were just talking about, and things like that. But other parts are made by bots for bots, and they really aren't even made for us to read, you know?
How then do you define a cool brand in 2025? What does it sound, look, or act like?
A cool brand in 2025 is definitely one that understands its customer and wants to be on the same side as their customer. It's not one that thinks they're above their customer and is trying to play them for a fool and trying to thinks that they can get in their customer's head rather than solve something for them.
What are some dead giveaways a brand is trying too hard?
When a brand is trying too hard, you can usually tell. And I'd say when they're going really hard on social media, trying to do trends that you've noticed kind of aren't in the modern ecosystem. They're usually a step or two behind, but they're trying to keep up. And those are the brands I feel for those brands, you know? I've been there. It's hard keeping up every on the cutting edge every day. But, you know, sometimes you're trying too hard. You just got to relax.
What advice would you give to a 45-year-old founder trying to appeal to your age group?
That's a tough one. My age group, honestly, that's my age group isn't looking for anything too special, but at the same time, it has to be unique. Like, we just kind of want the information we're looking for, but it has to be presented in such a way that can catch attention and then not bog us down with fluff, you know? Just be concise and clear and pretty, really.
From buyer to builder, you're helping launch Outright.ai. What's the vibe you want to give off?
That's easy. It's just kind of that sleek tech vibe, you know, that Apple, that Samsung, all of that. It's kind of what everybody's going for, right?
What are you excited to bring to Outright that no one else can?
Well, a lot of the same things that I brought to LeadSpot, you know, and even better, I hope. It's been 2, 3 years of LeadSpot, of learning, of knowledge that I can now bring to the table for Outright, mainly in building our brand and trying to reinforce it as much as possible, but in a unique way that I think hasn't really been done as much as some other ways.
If you could define brand voice or aesthetic for us, what would it sound like?
I'm trying to make it sound like my brother Aiden. Trying to make it sound intelligent, but not, you know, overly dramatic or too wordy. Just cool.
Do you think most people over 40 even know what AI SEO or LLM visibility means? And is that a problem or an opportunity for Outright?
I think they know what it means, but they don't, maybe some of them don't know what they know. They know what it means, you know, where they're doing it every day without even thinking about it. Everybody is searching on AI without even knowing because when you use a Google search, you're getting that AI overview now. And everybody's reading that first. It's right at the top. So everybody kind of in the back of their head maybe is starting to realize that there's a new type of SEO coming to town, and the people who are getting impacted by that are definitely starting to think of that.
If a brand wants your trust in 2025 and beyond, what's the one rule they had better follow?
You got to be transparent. You got to know, you got to show where your product is coming from, who's making it, how it's getting made, and how it's getting brought to the customer. At least in my opinion, that's what I'm looking for.
Final word for founders stuck in the old playbook. What would Gen Z say to them?
Just keep an open mind. There's so much new tech and new everything just around the corner, just a few years away. I'm excited for it. And if you are too, then you're gonna succeed.
Last thing for this episode, you can't buy cool anymore. You have to be authentic. What does that mean to you, Jameson?
I think it means kind of what I was getting at with the transparency. You just have to be yourself. You have to show what you are. And if people think that's cool, if people think that's what they want, then it is. And there's nothing you can really do if not.
Thank you, Jameson, for talking on the $3 podcast. Again, Jameson is the third Buck or Buckley in this father and son's business. He mentioned Outright.ai. You can go to OUTWRITE.ai and find out more about this amazing offering from LeadSpot. And for more information, go to lead-spot.net. And we'll see you next time.